Hey, what's happening? It's KMac. Today I'm excited to share with you that we've implemented support for the infrastructure as code framework, Pulumi. Here at N0, we're framework agnostic and are here to help you manage and automate that orchestration layer above your actual infrastructure as code. So let's dive right into the walkthrough. Now, this assumes that you already have your Pulumi code written. Okay, so here we are in our N0 dashboard. As a developer, I am part of the Acme Energy company organization. That is the first layer containing all of the projects, templates, and users of our organization. Here in our Greenfield Dev, we're going to create a new environment using a project template. These project templates simply point to your version control system where you store your actual infrastructure as code files and templates. In this case, we're going to be looking for the Pulumi S3 template. And if you click on review code, that'll take us to our Git repo where we contain and store and version control all of our infrastructure as code files. In this case, here's our S3 Pulumi bucket. I'm not going to make any changes to it now. I'm going to show you first the developer self-service using the N0 UI. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit run now. We're going to name this environment KMac Pulumi S3. And we're going to target a branch, in this case the KMac main branch instead of the actual main branch for any revisions. And by clicking this checkbox, you can run Pulumi review on all pull requests targeting this branch. So any PRs that you open, any changes that it makes, it will run Pulumi preview on those pull requests. Here you can see a concept of destroy environment. This is our TTL. This is especially useful if you are trying to create ephemeral environments for your developers. You can specify time to live. In this case, we're going to do a short-lived environment. Of course, as an admin, you can also set unlimited or specific time limits for how long your environments can live. And here you can see our environment variables. In this case, we have a Pulumi access token that is inherited from the project level of the template. And that's sensitive, so we're not going to show that. Go ahead and hit run. And that'll kick off our Pulumi S3 bucket deployment. As you can see here, our little NV bot is creating the deployment, and it's now showing us our deployment logs. In your YAML file, you can specify commands. In this case, we are setting the AWS region to US West 2. And here we are showing the output of your Pulumi preview. You can also inspect your Pulumi up. And once our deployment is done, it'll take us to resources showing us the outputs, in this case the S3 bucket and its endpoint. Let's go ahead and inspect our bucket that we've created by visiting this tab. Oh no, we're getting a 403 error. I wonder why that is. Let's take a look and inspect our Git repo. Here in GitHub, I can see that the index.js has actually created a private bucket, and so it's not accessible to the public. We're going to go ahead and change that and make this a public read bucket. And create a new branch and open a pull request. Create pull request. If you'll recall earlier in settings as we were creating this deployment, we enabled the checkbox saying run Pulumi preview on every pull request targeting this branch, the KMac main branch. That's going to kick off a Pulumi preview right now. Here we go. You can see the Pulumi plan logs generating. And you can actually open this tab up and see the full PR plan logs on N0. That'll take us to the specific environment deployment log. You can see that this deployment was kicked off by a PR plan, actually started by PR 117. And if we expand the Pulumi preview, we can see that the bucket object's ACL has been changed from private to public read. But what if you don't want your developers to have to context switch and log into yet another UI in order to see the details of their Pulumi preview? Well, you'll be able to see that because N0 will comment back on that PR with the details of your Pulumi preview. Those changes look good to me, so I'm going to go ahead and merge this pull request. And here we can see that that merge request has kicked off yet another deploy. Let's go ahead and inspect the deployment logs. We can see the Pulumi preview, results of Pulumi up, and the Pulumi stack output. Let's go ahead and copy our bucket endpoint and see that it has now been publicly exposed. ThunderPause! Welcome to ThunderPause's own environment. And that's the Pulumi walkthrough, showing you how a developer can self-service by logging into the N0 UI to create their own environment deployment. as well as the workthrough of what it looks like when you make changes to your actual infrastructure as code template files. Until next time, KMac out.